What is up guys, Yugioh Noob here, and today I want to talk about building a Yu-Gi-Oh collection from scratch and how to go about doing it. Over the past few days, I've done some extensive research on this topic, and surprisingly I couldn't find more than about 2 or 3 videos, all of which just don't quite go in depth explaining how to build a collection. But that's also helped me to realize something. Most Yu-Gi-Oh players in today's world have already been playing the game for quite some time now, leaving them no reason to make or need a video like this, or so we thought. Myself and many like me are still struggling to figure things like this out, but lucky for you, I'm the noob that unnoobs the noobs in the Yu-Gi-Oh universe. So without further ado, here's how to build a Yu-Gi-Oh collection from scratch. So there are 3 main things we have to look at when talking about a collection: money, cards, and time. First, let's start off with money. So as unfortunate as it is for us all to accept, most everything in life costs money, or at least the things we want. This especially applies to something like Yu-Gi-Oh that requires you to constantly spend money on the game, rather than something like a laptop or a game system that is more of a one-time buy. All in all, money is obviously something you're going to need to build a collection, although the amount of money, of course, will depend on the amount and type of cards you invest in, which brings us to our next point. The card you choose to buy will depend on a couple of things, among those, why you're building your collection and the money you have to spend on it. Most people will be building a collection for one of 2 reasons. Either you want to build yourself up in Yu-Gi-Oh and actually use the cards, or you're just buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards for the fun of it. If it be the case that you just want cards for the means of having them, building a collection is pretty simple. Just buy a bunch of random cards and you're good to go. However, if you're more serious on building your collection as a means of becoming stronger in the game, you have to follow a couple of steps. For starters, pick out a deck you want to build. Not just any random cool looking deck either. Do your research and find deck profiles that are powerful and competitive, but also ones that you think you'd be most comfortable with. For instance, those of you who watched my last video know that I plan to build a cubic deck among others. Once you've chosen something that you want to build, well, go out and build it. You can build a deck in a couple of ways, which I'm not going to go over in this video, but you can find ways to build a deck all over the internet. And of course, once you've built a deck and played the heart out of it, you're going to want to build 1 more, then 2 more. You'll find yourself building and even winning with more and more decks, and you guessed it, building a collection. Buy a few deck boxes and then some binders, and you eventually get to a point where you'll need to start trading cards to get the cards you need. In the meantime, buying cards for the fun of it could also give you more cards to add to your collection. In time, you'll have built a collection large enough to fill a closet and then a couple of closets. But that brings us to our last point: time. It will take just as much time put into research and building as it will money. Collections don't happen overnight. That is, unless you, buy $300,000 worth of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Point is, to build a precious collection, you need to put time and effort into it. No one can really tell you the kinds of cards you should buy because that's really up for you to decide. It's your money and they're your cards. All in all, it boils down to the time, money, and effort you have to put into the hobby. Personally, I have yet to start my own collection, but as you guys know, I plan to, and right here on this channel. So if you want more in depth of starting your collection from scratch, or even starting Yu-Gi-Oh from scratch, you should definitely consider subscribing to my channel so you can stay updated on this noob's journey to the Pro Leagues and follow along with me. As always, hit that like button and comment down below your thoughts on this topic. Did I hit all the points or did I miss some? Let me know down below. Your feedback is always appreciated. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and this is your noob signing out.